Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Odontology, the study of teeth. So we'll continue with the previous video on the stages of tooth development. Previous video I covered about the bud stage and the cap stage. In cap stage we saw a small subtopic that is called transitive structures or the temporal structures of the tooth development. So in this video I will be covering about the last stage of tooth development, that is your bell stage. Under bell stage, there are two subdivisions or two stages of tooth development, that is your early bell stage and advanced bell stage, where the majority of the portion of this tooth development takes place in these two stages or the common stage, that is your bell stage. Okay, so from the cap stage, it progresses to the enamel organ takes up the shape of a bell. That is why it is called as bell stage. Okay, in bell stage, we'll be covering on early bell stage. What are the structures that are evident in your early bell stage? Though this is the diagrammatic or the histological appearance of the early bell stage. Again, you have similar to the cap stage, you have here four distinct layers. In cap stage, we saw three distinct layers. However, in early bell stage or the bell stage, you have four distinct layers. That is similarly, first from the cap stage, that is inner enamel epithelium, then stratum, reticulum and outer enamel, and the last is stratum intermedium. Okay, when you tell about the explanation, first you tell the inner enamel epithelium, stratum intermedium, then stellate reticulum and outer enamel epithelium. Okay, so what is this new thing called a stratum intermedium? They are nothing but they are like cuboidal to squamous cells. Okay, that is 2 to 3 layers that is seated above the inner enamel epithelial cells. Okay, this inner enamel epithelium, as usual, it is columnar cells, and where there will be in this bell stage only your enamel formation and the dentine formations takes place. Okay, so for that the cells of the inner enamel cells will differentiate into the early ameloblast cells. Okay, from there only your from ameloblast cells only your enamel formation takes place. From the dental papillae, before the enamel formation takes place from ameloblast cells, this inner enamel epithelial cells will instruct the underlying ectomesenchymal cells or the dental papillary cells to differentiate into odontoblast cells, that is also called as pre-odontoblast cells. Okay, initial stage is called pre-odontoblast cells. From there only your odontoblast cells will differentiate, that result in the formation of dentine formation. The first layer be formed is your dentine before the enamel formation takes place. All are controlled by the inner enamel epithelium as well as the role of the stratum intermedium. Okay, so the inner enamel epithelium or columnar cells with polarized nuclei. Before the formation, it becomes polarized nuclei. Above that, your stratum intermedium, that is 2 to 3 layers, squamous or cuboidal cells. Okay, beginning during a formation it is cuboidal, later it forms a squamous cells or flattened cells. Above that, it your stellate reticulum or the star-shaped structures, and it is surrounded by outer enamel epithelium. Again, it is your cuboidal cells. Okay, and it is enclosed within this layer is your odontoblast cells, that is also polarized with polarized nucleus, enclosed within the dental papilla, that results in the formation of dentine and pulp. And the structure that surrounds the enamel organ or the dental organ, it is called as dental papilla or the dental sac, that is result in the formation of your supporting cells of tooth development. Okay, supporting structures of the tooth. Okay, so here one more beautiful structure that is evident is your junction or the combination of your or the fusion of your inner enamel epithelium with that of the outer enamel epithelium will form your cervical loop. From this only your cervical line as well as a root portion or the development of a root takes place. Okay, that will be covered in the upcoming videos. So I'll be covering the last stage of tooth development, that is advanced bell stage. This is the main portion of the tooth development. Okay, where your formation of enamel and dentine takes place from the differentiation of the inner enamel cells to ameloblast cells, that result in the formation of enamel, and from the dental papilla your odontoblast cells will form and differentiate into and formation of dentine. Okay, so again, when you ask about the description of the means, you can write again the various layers of the stages of tooth development from the cap stage to bud stage to bell stage. Okay, that is your in advanced bell stage. What I seen is again your inner enamel epithelium. However, the stellate reticulum will get collapsed. Okay, in this stage the stellate reticulum cells or the star shaped structure will get collapsed. Okay, and in the above structure of the above the cell layer of the inner enamel epithelium, your stratum intermedium, that helps in the enamel formation. Okay, then your enamel from the inner enamel cells, your enamel formation takes place. First layer is your dentin formation. After that only your enamel formation takes place, and this portion is surrounded by your outer enamel epithelium. That's the covering, that is nothing but your cuboidal cells. Okay, the junction or the fusion of the fusion of the combination, you can call it as, okay, inner enamel epithelium with that of the outer enamel epithelium will forms the your cervical loop. Okay, that is result in the formation of cervical line, and also helps in the formation of root development. Okay, so what are the other main structures or the things that happens during in the advanced bell stage? Apart from your hard tissue structure that is formed, that is the enamel and the dentin, this collapse of the stellate reticulum that happens in this advanced bell stage. Apart from that, this after the differentiation, when you see the development of the enamel or the formation of enamel, that is your life cycle of ameloblast and amelogenesis, that will be covered in separate video on the enamel chapter. Okay, I'll just brief out what it is. Here, once the enamel formation get completed, okay, this becomes, I told initially it is become a tall columnar cells. Later, after the formation of the enamel, they becomes small or low columnar cells. Okay, low columnar cells with the presence, with the combination of stratum intermedium and the outer enamel epithelium. This stratified area will forms a small epithelial structure called as reduced enamel epithelium. Okay, the last portion I have written here. Outer enamel epithelium, stratum intermedium and inner enamel epithelium forms the reduced enamel epithelium. This reduced enamel epithelium will be covering the crown portion of the newly formed tooth. Okay, that helps in the eruption stage. Okay, during the eruption, the reduced enamel epithelium will helps. Okay, what is the main role it is? Reduced enamel epithelium will fuse that of the oral epithelium or the oral epithelium, where this disintegrates. When gets fused, they disintegrate and small channel will be created here. From there only your tooth will erupt. Okay, that newly formed tooth crown portion will get erupted. That is why there is no bleeding during your eruption of the tooth. Okay, when you see the eruption, means there won't be any bleeding. That is because of this reduced enamel epithelium covering the newly formed, this one will get attached to the, get fused with that of the oral epithelium and forms a small chamber or the canal, there the newly formed tooth or the crown will erupt into the oral cavity. Okay, there is something or small structure called as when you see the newly formed enamel, there will be a small thin layer or a small like pellicle like appearance that will be covering the newly formed enamel, that is called as your Nismuth membrane or enamel cuticle. All this will detail will be discussed in your life cycle of ameloblast on the histology and the formation of enamel. Okay, so in eruption stage, I told about something, a structure called as dentogingival junction area on the junctional epithelium. Okay, so what is this? That is nothing but once you erupt in the oral cavity, this portion will get resided in the neck of the tooth, that is in the formation of your junctional epithelium. Okay, that is quite different epithelium that will be discussed in the upcoming videos. It will be when you see the literature, means it will be covered in the oral mucosa chapter, and it is very important question that is asked in your exam very frequently. Okay, those things will be covered in detail in later videos. Hope you like the video, and I think I almost covered all the stages of tooth development. Okay, 3 stages of tooth development in briefly. So I kindly request you to read Orban's textbook very nicely. It is given in Orban's. Okay, there's various stages of tooth development. So if you hope you like this video, if you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to my channel Odontology Study of Teeth. Thank you.